You might have heard me say before that my design process starts with hardware. Well, when I select a piece of furniture to refinish, I first look to make sure it's solid structurally and evaluate how much damage it has. Then I go straight to hardware. Is it still relevant? Is this piece iconic or just trending, and changing the hardware would be sacrilegious? Do I actually like the hardware? Could I maybe improve the overall design of this piece with something new? Even if we do replace the hardware, we do not toss it out. We always keep it, just in case we may need parts someday or could decide to use it on something else. So today, I'm sorting. I'm pulling out almost 5 years of old hardware and sorting through it. Some we will keep, others we can recycle, and a lot of it seems to trigger stories. So join me as I travel down memory lane and share the good, bad, and the ugly vintage hardware. I actually bought this piece of furniture just for this hardware. There was a company in Portland called BP John that did dressers and furniture, and they were pretty nice. On this one, it was a tall boy. It's actually our Mr. Potato Head piece that we do a bunch of tests on, and it is brass and it is pretty. I love angular hardware. This is real brass, so I will probably clean these up and keep these. They're pretty cool. There's a lot to do in here. This hardware, I don't know if I want to keep it or not. I know how popular faux bamboo is. What we didn't like about these is that it's hollow in the back. It's not like a solid piece back there. These came from a fix reed piece we did in red. I think the name was Candace. I might as well keep these for now. I'm curious, if anybody else has an opinion that open area in the back doesn't bug you, then by all means, leave a comment. Let me know. 2, 7, 8, 10. Now I know what it is. These came off a little side table I did in my garage when I was living in Manzanita, like that. This isn't gonna come clean. This is base metal and the brass is already pretty much washed off it. I'm gonna stick those in the recycle pile. I'm gonna put screws and parts right there. This is a similar set. I think these might clean up. Nice piece of hardware. I don't love that this thing moves a lot, so you can see where that is. It's like it needs to be pinched tighter here in the back. I want to give this a quick spray with rust remover and see if it'll polish up. I'll be back. Well, I'm back. I did not scrub hard. I just sprayed this rust remover on it, and so that can get cleaner. I just am not sure about these. I think that's base metal. I don't think it's gonna polish. That'll go in a test pile. These are the BP John pieces. Okay, we are keeping these. And then there's, oh, these little babies. Those are kind of cute. Oh, we did clean up one of these. There was one in there. So those are gonna look good someday. I do not remember what these came off of, but they're super cute. These are traditional faux bamboo. They always paint them white or this cream, but we can strip that off and get it back to the brass. And then they're very pretty. So we're gonna keep these. There's some knobs in here that match. 2, 4, 6, 8, 5 knobs. I can't remember what this came off of. So that's the back plate, and that was the little knobby. 2 of these that go with. Oh, this came off of Waverly. That's what it was called, Waverly. It was on Waverly. Okay. These came off of, it was a lowboy dresser and a nightstand that we did as a set. and it had all this extra little detail, and you know, this is just plastic, so we just popped it off. Who knows, they could be used as back plates. I mean, I could paint it gold and put some sort of a knob on there and it could be kind of cool, so we kept them. And then it had hardware. I like these little escutcheon things. I don't love this. There are little knobbies that match. Okay, here's some parts that are interesting that I will keep, but I'm not going to keep the main hardware, I don't think. I've never liked this hardware, but I will save these, and it came with 3 of these. You can see those, so I'll keep those. Doodads in its own thing, these key thingies in another. Oh my goodness, those are a giveaway. Cute little faux keyhole things. Anyway, they're cool. They're worth keeping. These came off of the Daniel. This was on a custom buffet, and these were this way, not this way. It was very bizarre. Oh, I think this one on Isabel. These are cool. They're 2 very big bail poles. Yeah, we're keeping those. These are for attaching mirrors to the back of something, and we save them. Oh, so Rosie, which was this cute little pink buffet, actually sold recently to a friend of mine. And this was her original hardware. It was missing a couple hinges that were very specific to how it functioned. And then there were these that I thought were so cute. But it was missing one, and I needed 4, and I'd never find another one. So we had to put different hardware on it, but I'm keeping these. I think these are really cool. I love these. I love this little shape. I do not remember what piece this came off of. This was a little detail that was attached to a corner of a piece somewhere, and it was just attached with nails. This one's actually metal. The other little backplate thingies were plastic, so this is good. And this isn't a bad knob. I can use that. Although these I should probably sell because I will never attach a little doodad onto a piece of furniture. Okay, so now we have, what I think I'm gonna do with these, they have these little tiny photo printers that make a photo that's like that big. They're for people that do scrapbooking. I have access to one. And that would be good. I could just take a quick picture of it and use a Zot and stick it on there. These are fairly beat up. They have more of a rustic finish. Those will get sold. Oh, I don't like these. That's not 100% true. I just don't like the back plate. I don't mind this, but we have to be able to separate, you know, this piece from the back plate. I don't know if these are salvageable. Isaiah. Isaiah was a big, long, low boy that we did in Inkwell, a really dark, almost black navy, and it went to somebody in Portland. But these are good. Oh, that's weird. It's a weird number. Maybe that's why we replaced the hardware. Ooh, these are good. Really classic. These were on a bar. I think these are really cool. I think I'll reuse these. Oh, I think these went on Stella. I will never see another one again. It was the best piece I've ever done. This was a buffet, probably from the late 1800s by Sly Furniture Company. It had every bell and whistle you could imagine. It had pull-out trays at the top, like it just extended the top. It had 4 drawers and then one drawer that was the width of 3 drawers and another drawer. It had doors underneath that had slots for like trays. It had a drawer pull-outs. I mean, for a piece that was that old, that was pretty amazing. And then the toe kick pulled all the way out for like laying linens. It was amazing. So these are cute. It had little locks on them. These were wood casters. There's no way. No way. So these are cute. I don't love this, but I do like these little triangles, and I will use those again. So these were big handles on 2 different doors on the lower part of a hutch, probably recycled. So this is like specialty door hardware for a hand-redone piece. And this is a special kind of hidden hinge, so you can't see. There's no screw holes on the front. Okay, I'm taking a break for a little while. I think there's a few more stories that I should tell about some of the pieces that we've done. Oh, this was a kind of short glass top, glass sides, glass front even. It had doors, and it was kind of an oblong shape. It was short. It was kind of weird, but it was like a side table, end table. It had all this beautiful hardware on it. So like this, it had that on the doors. It had this hidden hardware. Hand-redone does this all the time. In fact, we've got some over there. I couldn't do lacquer at the time in my garage, so I decided I would try Faro and Ball. There was a color that I really wanted to do. I had it shipped to me. This is when I was living in Manzanita on the coast, and I sprayed it. I had a professional sprayer at home. I did like 2 or 3 coats of primer first to grain fill everything, and it worked great. Then I did my first color coat, and I waited like 3 days for that to dry. And I would heat up my garage. I'd have fans going, so there was just air and the door was open. I think I did it in the spring. Anyway, that paint would never dry. Never dry. I eventually took it in the house and stuck it in one of the guest rooms, which was closest to the furnace. So it got most of the heat of the whole house, and shut the door and left that thing in there. It never dried. When it was summer, I took that thing out. I tried the process where you use oven spray to basically strip a piece. It was kind of successful. So when I moved here and hired a team, we had this thing sitting here for probably 2 years. There's only twice that I've actually thrown away a piece where I was just done with it. Anyway, so this is beautiful hardware, but that piece is gone. Good riddance. Test products before you use them, I guess. What were these? Oh, this was an Ethan Allen buffet that we named Holland, and it was missing the little pole thingy. These are actually worthless, so I can recycle these. No, but I will save this little piece. It's absolutely usable. In the 60s, somebody will want them. These are really cheap. And they're painted metal. All of this is a no. These are good. Let's see how many we have. Okay. 6. They're too old-fashioned. Hugo. That was Hugo. That is ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Yuck, yuck. No. These are hinges to some of the hutches that we find. I think it was Harrison had these on them. Those are good pieces to keep. Yuck. Oh, here's more of these. I like these, but they have to be fixed. Holy mollies, what did this come off of? Yeah, no. This was to an American in Martinsville piece, and it has the mirror attachments. See, this was a little wood detail that was hammered in. It's It's actually not, I think it's plastic. I don't think it's real wood. Oh, there's a whole bunch more of them. Oh. That's a donate. If I could get this thing off. It's not worth it. Okay, that's useful. I can put a tassel on that and make a pull out of that. That's good. We'll keep it for now. Those are bamboo poles from something. These actually, somebody could paint these since they're wood and do something with them. Pretty sure these all came off of Maeve, who just sold. I'll show you what these, this came off of. Those came off of this, Eden. Instead we did the little brass tassels and the little mushroom knobs, and I think it's better. Also, I'm pretty sure William, this desk, had very similar hardware. It's just not my favorite. We are keeping these. I can do things with these. What's this? That. I think this came off Bianca that we're doing actually right now. I think these will strip and polish nicely. Keeping all these little tiny nails to keep this thing in position. They go right there. I wonder if this works. That may not work. So these are tiny little bullet catches. So this gets embedded in the base of the cabinet, and then it catches on here, and that pushes in. So these big fat tacks are embedded into the frame, so the drawer slides out easily. It's not always wood on wood. Frilly bail pulls. Come back next week for part 2, where I organize all the new hardware I've purchased.